will remember this story last week because it's all anyone seems to be able to talk about right now.
Yes.
Megyn Kelly of Fox News was discussing a Salon piece where a writer was arguing, the writer being Harris, Aisha Harris. She was saying how she was arguing that, it's difficult for an African-American child celebrating Christmas because Santa Claus is always portrayed as this white man. And, why can't Santa be black? And if anything, why can't Santa Claus, who is a fictional character, be portrayed as someone, as a being for anyone, anywhere, of any race?
Well, because he's white.
She said make him be a penguin, which, would be crazy talk. I mean, it's not like...
How can a white man be a penguin?
Also, it's not like we have an animal representing any other, supposedly extremely religious holiday. What's the one with the bunny and Christ resurrecting? I'm sorry, I just don't even remember. Anyway.
I'm a Jew. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyway, the day after Megyn Kelly said this, which everyone is talking about, she said this in response to Aisha Harris's piece, who she was extremely pissed that anyone would say Santa's anything but white. Again, let me quote her exactly. For all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white. But this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But Santa is what he is. And just so you know, we're just debating this because someone wrote about it. She also brought up that how, Santa is white, just like Jesus is white. Basically, Santa is white, is what she was saying. Period. Santa is white, period.
She also was pretty clear about another important figure being white.
Yes. So, she was conspicuously absent the next day. And then it was announced that she would discuss this on her Friday night show. She would return from her absence and discuss this on her Friday night show. What did she say to begin with? Let's listen.
In kicking off the lighthearted segment, I offered a tongue-in-cheek message for any kids watching, saying that Santa, who I joked is a real person whose race is identifiable, is white, just as Harris claimed in her piece, but that we were debating whether that should somehow change.
It was a lighthearted, tongue-in-cheek piece. I didn't really mean to be said. It was just a little joke. She continued, humor is what we try to bring to this show. But that's lost on the humorless. She's just all a joke.
More?
Just all a joke. Let's listen to a little bit more of what she had to say.
Well, this would be funny if it were not so telling about our society, in particular the knee-jerk instinct by
I'd have to say, yes, I agree.
So many to race bait and to assume the worst in people, especially people employed by the very powerful Fox News channel. Contrary to what
Megyn Kelly is the victim here, people. Continue.
Critics have posited, neither my statement nor Harris's, I'm sure, was motivated by any racial fear or loathing. In fact, it was something far less sinister. A lifetime of exposure to the very same, quote, commercials, mall casting calls, and movies Harris references in her piece. From Miracle on 34th Street to the Thanksgiving Day Parade to the National Christmas Tree lighting, we continually see St. Nick as a white man in modern-day America. Should that change? Well, that debate got lost because so many couldn't get...
Hell no. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Back to my statement.
Past the fact that I acknowledged, as Harris did, that the most commonly depicted image of Santa does, in fact, have white skin. By the way, I also did say Jesus was white. As I've learned in the past 2 days, that is far from settled.
I'm pretty sure that's settled, actually, that Jesus was definitely not a white man. I mean, maybe we could argue exactly where he came from and what tone of brown his skin was, whether, he was from the Mediterranean or the Middle East or exactly.
We could argue whether or not you'd want him on a no-fly list or simply monitored at airports.
Thank you, yes.
But either way, he's not white.
He's not white. That's 100% pretty sure. If it's even determined that he is an actual figure, if he actually did exist to begin with. Continue.
For me, the fact that an offhand jest I made during a segment about whether Santa should be replaced by a penguin has now become a national firestorm says two things. Race is still an incredibly volatile issue in this country, and Fox News and yours truly are big targets for many people.
Oh, man. She turned this, her yelling and whining and stamping her feet and throwing a tantrum about Santa Claus having to be white. He's white. That's how it's always been. That's how it always has to be, because he is white in real life fictional world. She turned her saying that into, this is an attack on me and Fox News. They're trying to race bait. That I was just joking, even though if you watch that clip when she sang Santa is white, she is as serious can be. She is telling us that she is the victim here.
This is also somebody who made her whole career partially off of a Black Panthers are blocking white people from voting scandal.
Yes.
A story so fake that she covered it twice as much as Glenn Beck covered it.
Yes.
So if you want to talk about the American race hustle, get pretty introspective.
And I thought it was really interesting. This all happened the same week Megyn Kelly went on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and said this.
People assume if you're on Fox News, just as they do if you're on MSNBC, you have a certain bias. How do you deal with it? You seem pretty straight down the line. How do you deal with that?
Thank you. I'm a straight news anchor. I'm not one of the opinion hosts at Fox.
You seem kind of like a liberal.
I'm a straight news reporter. And here I am on the front lines at the North Pole, bringing you the breaking news that Santa Claus is most definitely white. If he even exists at all. I'm just looking at an igloo, and I assume Santa's workshop is somewhere in there. There's like a basement where like there's an NSA type underground structure, and the elves are down there building toys, and Jesus comes down for a visit, and he says, hey guys, look how white I am, and Santa, you're looking extra white today. Look at your and then Frosty the Snowman walks on by. I'm just reporting what I see, folks. Straight news anchor, corncob pipe, button nose, two eyes made out of coal, just walked right by me. I'm telling you how it is, straight from the front lines of the North Pole. Fox News, fair and balanced.